This one is another one I'm going to read, and it is called The Mental Sculpturist. She sculpted round her figurine and kept her eye roving, speculating the contours of its complete facet. The structure demanded attention. It would soon be the admiration of many. Little taps here, little scratchings here, slowly emerging like a mouse out of a hole. It's coming along like the little paws of a little mouse. Scratchings and tappings. Turning the "It's a beautiful day" U2 up, she went on swishing her hand on it. Her love, her life, in this sculpture was it. No thoroughness elsewhere existed, except in her divine expectation of the miraculous conclusion with which this sculpture emerged. Body scintillating, she saw his skill, and charmingly gazed with admiration. He grew every day with a zeal that had her quivering. His striving spirit asked her to join him in his surfing glee of ecstasy, riding the waves of the sun like Silver Surfer. She could be his Silver Surferess, yes. Wearing shades, of course. They were both happening dudes sifting through the angles and curves of geometrical science. Twisting and turning, they slapped their hands together. Hey man! At one moment, babes in the wood, or flame babies, like water babies, you see. In total ecstasy, smiling, flammably enjoying all of it. Certain moments of joy never escaping them, and then the crescendos, peaks of divine evanescence, toiling on their heartstrings, and calling them to be one at a specific moment. Oriole bird like phoenix rising. The star dawned on the metropolis below, and through the leaves waving in the trees a shimmering oriole bird flew. Its feathers were golden and orange, and its beak sharp as a razor. I'm the bird. Its gaze was deep and furrowed, contemplating its meal soon. It perched on a branch and burrowed, its sound proud as a paraglider on a mountaintop. The breeze flew the fragrance of its life force and made it known to all creatures. It was here for the gift of the Lord's mighty graceness and graciousness. Take the prey around it in sight, weighing up the probabilities it faced. Would it kill mouse? No, too near the rock, being wise and nimble and wearing a frock. Didn't expect that, no. Would it kill caterpillar? Maybe slow and cumbersome, but camouflaging its hide near bark and underbrush. Would it need to go out without? All the while meals were there, running, scurrying, trembling, all about. The up it swooped, its wings V-shaped, and majestically like a kite wafted to the ground, snipped, ate mouse, snapping its head in two, marginally missing the rock. Woohoo! Twit-twoo, the owl congratulating it. I thought that was rather good, actually. And also, what I find with this camera stuff is that, cool, I can actually make more definitions and shape. Maybe you've noticed, but you wouldn't have noticed because I didn't do this when I was doing it at the cafe. Part of ping sound, I made a noise, and of course there were other things to note. So, and then there's another one. I like this one too. It's the problem I have with Arcos, that I would proudly like to mention. This poem is going to be a good one for me to look at from time to time on YouTube. Whereupon the clouds they part, the man asked himself, what is God? And he looked above the heavens from his window outside. felt a fresh breeze turn his cheek on its side, breathed out a sigh, and noted his thoughts, deep furrowed brow caressing them, then uncreasing. Where was the quality of those earlier days when drink was not an issue and there was more to be told? He had to persevere. He wanted and needed to be without fear, like St. Anthony, who avoided the temptations of the devil, to stand firm against sin with full reckoning. There we are, that's my poems. And there was two other ones I did whilst being in love with a woman who didn't need my love after a while, which were her words. This is the one called Her Words. My day was beginning, she beheld my joy. Ad magnificat, sensible stardom hoy. She marched towards my divine arch of majesty. I held her hand aloft, and let touch the pentagram fantasy, light chain fantasy, and at the moment a shimmer in a glint of sand grain. I twirl her round and ask her name, and she replies, "Not now, dear. All time is the same. See before you the pure splendid sea of conscious kingdom, merriment and glee. Savour it, child, wanton and mild. Dance ever on, and kiss out to heaven again so long." There we are. I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall be making some more, either perhaps today, perhaps not putting it on this site. And if I do, it shall definitely come on in a couple of days' time, maybe tomorrow. So there you go. Bye.